Hello everybody! Thank you so much for coming and being here for this week's video. I want to start off by saying thank you so much for 100 subscribers. Like, that is so unbelievable, and I'm like so thankful, so grateful. I just cannot believe that I got here. It's so weird to think about 100 people clicked subscribe after they watched at least one of my videos. I don't know, that's just really amazing to think about. I don't know what video you saw that you were like, I want to subscribe to her, but whatever that video was, I am proud that I gave you that sense of, I want to be here. I want to watch this channel. I want to watch her videos. I somehow got you to want to stay, and I'm very happy that you chose that, and I'm very happy that you are still here. And I thank everybody who just watches. You don't have to subscribe, but everyone who just watches, I'm still so grateful. So that's my thank you for the 100. I don't really know what to say to really express what this means to me. But for today's video, I did want to talk about future selves. I think that's something that's not too talked about, but also when people do talk about it, they talk about it in a different way that I'm going to talk about it in this video. So I feel like it's, something important, something relevant, something that I think it is good for you guys to know, for me to share with you guys. So that is what I'm going to be talking about today. I'm sure there are a lot of times where you will have a lot of work or just a lot of tasks to do, and you'll be stressed and overwhelmed, and you're just kind of feeling like things are piling up because they are, or because you're procrastinating. I know I procrastinate when I have way too much on my plate. I'll kind of just start freaking out and being like, oh my gosh, I'm never gonna get this all done, and I'll spend hours freaking out about how I'm not gonna get it all done instead of just starting. A lot of times we think about our present self, us in the moment. We might not want to do something. We might want to put it off until later, until the future. The problem with this is that we end up leaving so much for our future selves, and that isn't exactly the kindest thing that we can do. And that's what this video is about: how to be kinder to your future self. Something that I've learned is that just generally people are pretty detached from their future self. We, like I said, we're normally focused on the present, on us in the moment. How can we take care of ourselves, protect ourselves, etc. in the moment, rather than how can we protect and such ourselves in the future. So we have to think about that. We have to start also considering and realizing how important our future self is. We have to start kind of bringing the two selves together, because they're both important. We don't want to overwork ourselves, overwhelm ourselves when the future comes. Now, of course, you probably don't do this. If you do, good job. But as I said, a lot of people don't have that connection to their future self. So a lot of people may not be very kind to your future self. You might procrastinate. You might put a lot of things off for the future. I'll do it later. It doesn't have to be big things. It can just be small things. I don't know, washing some fruit. I know some people do like meal prepping, but like again, like tasks, like school tasks, work tasks, just, you know, anything small at like chores like washing dishes or like cleaning up your room. It doesn't have to be these, again, huge projects that you procrastinate on. Realizing that you can break those big things up into smaller parts and do them, you know, slowly in the present time so that you don't have it all due at that, you know, final due date, or those small tasks, just getting them done today. Not saying I will do this tomorrow, but saying I will do this today. I know a lot of times I'll end up feeling sick or just like really run down, or something will come up and I have to give that priority. And so the thing that I said I'll move to the future is now moved even farther into the future, or it might not get done, or it might not get done, you know, to its highest quality. And so if I had just done it in the present at that point, I could have prevented that so easily. In that example, I clearly have a disconnect between my present and my future selves. I value my present self more than I value my future self. I put my present self first. I say, I don't feel like doing this right now, and then I just move it on to the future. And, you know, that doesn't really show care for my future self. And again, the point of this video is to get you to be aware of your future self, to get you to care about your future self, to, you know, so that you value your future self, so that you don't make life hard for your future self. You want to be conscious of the future and what you are going to have to do eventually. And so my advice would definitely be, you know, start seeing your future self. Start, like, you know, envisioning your future self as someone other than who you are right now. Maybe that might help you kind of give that value, so that you are thinking, okay, I don't want to give extra work to this person. I don't want to stress this person out. I don't want to, you know, act negatively towards this other person. And so if you create that like visual or imaginative, you know, future you, then you might be more likely to be more caring towards them and say, okay, I don't feel like doing this right now, but I also care about future me, and I don't want to have to deal with all of this stuff later. So I'm going to show my kindness, and I'm going to show that I'm caring to my future self by doing this task that I don't really want to do right now. I'm just still going to do it right now. I'm just going to get it done because my future self will thank me later. And I do especially want to note that this is like a big thing. People who are not connected with their future self actually can be worse off in the future because they are less likely to save money. For example, they save less money, or they just don't save money. And so there is definitely a benefit greater than just getting some tasks done. You know, money is also involved, or it can be involved too. So I just highly encourage you to think about that, to really try and bring the present and the future together. You know, they're both you. You shouldn't care about more than the other. Caring about both of them will bring benefits to your life in the present and in the future. So I highly encourage you to think about what I'm saying. Try those tips that I said, you know, imagining your future self as another person, because I know me, I treat myself worse than I would another person. So if you just kind of imagine your future self as another person, it might help you be able to say, okay, I'm not going to give you all this work. I'm going to give you half. I will do half in the present, and I will do the other half for you in the future. And that's kind of my talk for today, my talk and my advice. I hope that it helps you in some way. I just thank you, as always, for being here. I hope that you're doing good. And again, thank you so much for being here. If you're subscribed, thank you so much for subscribing. So grateful for the 100 subscribers. I mean, no matter what the number is, I'm so grateful for it. But, you know, it's kind of a milestone number. So I just wanted to shout that out. And thank you guys for it. I hope that you have an amazing day, an amazing week, an amazing month, an amazing year, and an amazing life. And I hope to see you back next week.